glad you're here. Okay. And you're all set, and you like a little bigger? There you go. This goes like this.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning and welcome.
Thank you so much. I see some people are wearing nice hats today. Many thanks to you who took the time to wear a nice hat for today. It is Easter Sunday. Have you noticed? It is Easter Sunday, so very glad that you are here today. My name is Joseph, and I will be your worship associate for this service of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Charlotte County, otherwise known as UUFCC. We begin our service each week by singing an invitation to gather together, whether we are in a sacred virtual space or here in the sanctuary. So please rise in body and or spirit and sing number 61 in the gray hymnal. The song is titled, "Lo, the Earth Awakens Again." I wish to express our gratitude to Corey, Doug, and Tom. Raise your hand, if you will, so we can acknowledge you for our supporting technology. Also, I am so grateful to Margaret and the choir. Thank you, choir. You are appreciated. The greeters and those who prepared and cleaned up after our social time, we appreciate those folks as well. By now, you probably noticed that we're using first names only. The reason for that practice is to protect your privacy because this is being broadcast on YouTube. It will be available for viewing on the UUFCC YouTube channel after the service. You are welcome here at UUFCC, no matter who you are, who you love, no matter where you come from, your background, or your spiritual journey. We know you come here for different reasons: to find community, to seek spiritual and personal truths, to ask questions, to nurture, to be nurtured, to explore new ideas. We welcome you from different places, different religions, different beliefs, and different backgrounds. Being different is our superpower. Diversity is our superpower. I am a secular humanist. Nyna is a Christian. We work together. We are different, and we work together. You probably have people in your lives that you are different from, and yet you find common ground. This is a beautiful place where diversity matters, and it is celebrated. We trust that you will find here comfort, connection, challenge, and love. And we hope you will find ways to help others. If you are new here, please stand or wave as you are comfortable and tell us your name and where you are from, that we might welcome you. Any newcomers here today? No. Okay, we do have someone.
You want me to stand?
Doug will bring the microphone to you.
Hi, I'm Judy Sachs. I'm part of the secular community, but I'm also Jewish. So I go back and forth with everything and meld everything that I hear. And I was invited here with the group, and I'm there with the conversations every Sunday. So this is my first time in the sanctuary.
Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. And I see we do have a visitor in the back of the room. This young lady with curly brown hair. She's a bit shy. She didn't raise her hand, but I think that I can put the spotlight on her.
Hi, I'm Joseph's daughter.
What's your name?
Hannah.
Hannah. Let's give Hannah. Thank you, Hannah. I'm glad that you're here. Appreciate you. So if you would like to learn more about our fellowship, please ask the folks who met you at the door, or you can visit our website at uufcc.org. Now we will have the prelude. was beautiful, Margaret. For those of you who want to hear that again, that is called The Fanfare by Jacques Lemans. Thank you. So this morning's chalice lighting words are written by Adana Danoff. The piece is titled Chalice for the Earth. We light this chalice for the earth, of which we are a part. We pledge to care for what it needs and hold it in our heart. Now, as Lynn comes forward to light the chalice, please join me in reciting this morning's chalice lighting words as printed in the order of service. All together now. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is our aspiration, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth and love, and to help one another. Margaret.
In honor of ethical eating, we are going to do a chant that's a Sanskrit chant. I will lead it, and then you will respond. So it's a call and response. It's Loka samasta sukhiino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhiino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And I didn't catch this, but in the program, it leads into number 1031. So we will go from that short, that's the chant is the introduction, and then we will go right into 1031 in your hymnal, in the blue hymnal. Okay, so everybody ready? Loka samasta sukhiino bhavantu. 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 May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be warm. May I be filled with loving
Thank you. Our opening words today comes from Jane Goodall, who celebrated a birthday recently. She says, "We have a responsibility to act with compassion towards all living beings, including animals, for they too are part of the web of life. We acknowledge the sacredness of life by sharing our joys, sorrows, and life milestones by entering them in the Book of Life. These messages can be written in the Book of Life, which is this book here, by just recording it prior to the service. You can also email your message to us at bookoflife@wcc.org. I think there might be one entry today. Okay. And today is the 20th. It says here, "I am a returning member. Sadly, my husband, John N., has died, and I am now preparing his celebration of life to be held May 30th in Virginia, his place of origin, Maryland, B." Sally M. writes, "I am sad to be leaving my wonderful UU and friends. I have enjoyed all the programs. Will miss you all, but happy to return to Canada and my family. Stay well." We will miss you, Sally. Thank you. And say hello to our Canadian friends and tell them that we love them.
The page before. It's an email.
Here's another entry. "Dear ones, I am making this entry in our Book of Life with sadness. My dear friend and longtime UUFCC member, Sharon W., has been diagnosed with terminal cancer. Sharon has decided against further medical treatments and will begin receiving services from Tidewell Hospital this week. Sharon is currently being cared for by her daughter, Leslie. Leslie does not drive, so support for the caregiver is very important. When I asked for help with transportation, 18 of you immediately responded. I will post a sign-up sheet for those who would like to help. I can't begin to express how much I love this fellowship." Our thoughts are with you, Sharon. We have one more. This was received via email from Betty Pritchard. Sorry, Betty. "Okay, even though I am out of state today, I want to drop a stone in both sorrow and in gratitude. The sadness is that today marks 1 year since my husband passed away. His loss is felt deeply. My gratitude is that I had unconditional and unbounded love from this wonderful man for 60 years. He leaves a legacy of humor, wisdom, integrity, and leadership that touched thousands of people through his roles as a science educator, graduate program director, and superintendent of schools. But moreover, he taught our sons by example what a man should be: honest, capable, generous, responsible, and dependable, strong but gentle, and most of all, kind. I am so grateful to have shared this life with him." Now we will have our tradition of placing the stones, the dropping of the stones. So in addition to this sharing from the Book of Life, you may come forward and drop a stone into a bowl of water. Each stone represents a joy or sorrow, and the water represents the love and care of this community. You do not need to speak during this ritual, but are encouraged to share your blessings and challenges. Please tell us your first name and briefly the nature of your joy or concern.
Hi, I'm Susan. When I first came here, I introduced myself as a member of the Florida Native Plant Society. Since we're talking about love for everything on this earth, I just want to mention I'm representing us growing native plants that nourish the insects and bugs and butterflies, mammals, everything that lives here in Florida. Native plants means buying plants that are originally in Florida before Europeans came. And your grounds are beautiful. I don't see much native out there. But, just think about it, about supporting all of our life here, because you're going to see a lot more butterflies and bugs out there as soon as you start planting native. I don't kill anything in my yard except fire ants. Where's the water?
Right there.
There's no water.
Okay. We are going to have symbolic water today. Sorry about that. Just think of wet, clear water.
Oh, symbolism. I'm Carolyn Kay. As some of you know, I had moved to Peru, hopefully forever, but forever was shortened, mainly because of living conditions, one being water. That I didn't have safe water. I couldn't even rinse my toothbrush in the water. The altitude, the coldness, feral dogs chasing me in the streets, many of those things brought me back. But much of my heart is there. But the good thing is I have a home to come back to and people like you who welcome me. I would like to say so many names, but if I start naming names, I will forget someone. But I'll say my beautiful Emerald Lake people, my beautiful Canadian friend, a beautiful artist who today gave me a picture of a sad boy in Cusco. I was a happy girl in Cusco. I love all of you. This is my spiritual home. If some of you remember Jack Osborne, who used to say, "This is my spiritual home." This place has been my spiritual home now for what? 13 years, something like that. I come back and I'm welcomed home with hugs and smiles and welcome back. Thank you, thank you. I am grateful. Thank you.
Not just water, sparkling water. Hi, I'm Margaret. You guys know me. I've been here since February now. And a lot of you know that my husband is in the hospital. He's in the ICU at Fawcett Hospital now. He's doing better. I appreciate your prayers and your thoughts. I've spent all week with him visiting. He went into AFib, and then they found that he had fluid in his heart, the pericardial. So they've removed that, and that's what was causing the AFib. So we don't know why he got fluid on his heart, but they're going to take the tube out today. So just keep him in your thoughts and prayers, and he should be coming home this week, hopefully. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jackie, and I have two positive, lovely things. After my incident with the dog bite, I went to the emergency room on Toledo Blade, and there was a doctor there, and he did the stitches on my face, and he did a beautiful job. You can't even tell where the dog bite was. And my second one was last week I got to spend 5 days with my relatives, which I haven't seen in 2 years, and that was fantastic. Thank you.
Jackie, before you go away, would you put in one more stone for me?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anything for you, Jojo.
appreciate you so much. This last stone represents all of those matters that are too tender to share. May we hold these and our unspoken joys and sorrows in our heart. May we also hold one another in love and tenderness, so that this fellowship may be a source of strength and comfort, courage and hope in the days and weeks ahead. Let us share a few moments of contemplation or meditation. There's no better sound to meditate to than that of a harp. It's just so beautiful. So I'm pretty excited, not only because there are chocolate-covered strawberries in the social hall, among other things waiting for me, but I'm excited because I got to collaborate with Nyna on this presentation, and we're going to talk to you about what we call ethical eating. And then just to give you an idea of what is on the agenda for today, we're going to talk about UU principles and how they connect to ethical eating. It's not just about what foods we consume, but also how that food is produced and delivered to our tables. We're going to talk about the environmental impact of both vegetable production, or fruit and vegetable nut production, and meat production. We're going to talk about the health benefits of eating a vegan-based diet, the transition, if you will, from current practices to a more plant-based diet, compassion to animals, and we're going to talk about our plans for the future. What is this idea of ethical eating? Well, this refers to making food choices that align with our moral, environmental, and social values. It involves considering the impact of one's diet on animals, people, and the planet. What it is not. So, I am not the food police. Nyna's not the food police either. We're not here to pass judgment on what you eat. I personally don't care what you eat. I have to say that straight up. I don't care what you eat. You can eat anything you want, as much as you want, whenever you want. It is all up to you. And I'm not saying that this thing that we're going to talk about today is the answer to all of your health needs and all of your ethical needs. It's not. As I mentioned earlier, diversity is our strength, right? So we're very diverse people. We have different needs and different backgrounds. Some things might work for you, won't work for me. My friend Gary is 84 years old, and he plays pickleball. He's a great pickleball player. He hardly drinks water. He hardly eats any fruits, vegetables, or nuts. He takes no medicine at all. If I followed Gary's diet, that would be it for me. I'm not Gary. You might be Gary. Are you Gary? You might be Gary. I'm not Gary. Gary is different than I am. So I cannot follow Gary's diet. And the point is, we're all different. And we all have different needs and backgrounds and medical histories. But for most of us, I forgot to mention Gary smoked for 35 years. Very special person, very different. Do you know a Gary? Is there a Gary in your life that should be dead but still walking around playing pickleball? Maybe you know Gary. I'm not Gary. Why did you just say that to me? You're not Gary. That's right, I'm not Gary. So why are we here? We're here to start a discussion with people that are interested in living their best lives by eating healthy food, which not only benefits them personally, but also benefits the ecosystem and the animals we share the planet with. Who's responsible for ethics? You are individually, and the institutions are responsible for ethics. Both of us have to behave in ways that reduce suffering and mitigate harm. So guess what? The UU has a statement about ethical eating. Is that a surprise to you? No, because the UU is a forward-thinking organization that challenges us to be our best selves. I don't always live up to my best self. Let me just say that from the outset. But I do strive to be better. So I want to read this statement to you. I don't normally do this, but the statement is so good and so rich that I didn't want to change any words. So here we are. As Unitarian Universalists, we are called to address our relationship with food. Our principles call for the recognition of and respect for the other. As we search for freely and responsibly for truth, meaning, and spiritual wholeness, we will make a variety of individual choices about food. Ethical eating is the application of our principles to our food. What and how we eat has broad implications for our planet and society. Our values, principles, and integrity call us to seek compassion, health, and sustainability in the production of food we raise or purchase. So think of Immokalee workers, for instance. They pick our fruits. They work in the hot sun. They work all day. They have very few breaks. They advocate for a few additional pennies be added to your tomatoes, for instance, so that they can have restroom breaks and have enough food to sustain themselves. So that is a production of food issue. We need to think about that. Some of us believe that it is ethical only to eat plants, while others of us believe that it is ethical to eat both plants and animals. We do not call here for a single dietary approach. We encourage a knowledgeable choice of food based on understanding the demands of feeding a growing world population, the health effects of particular foods, and the consequences of production, worker treatment, and transportation methods. We commit to applying this knowledge to both personal and public actions, recognizing that many of us may embark on a dramatic change in eating choices, and some may pay more for food that is ethically produced. As I mentioned, the Immokalee workers asking for a few more pennies. Sometimes that can add small costs to our food. So we've heard of our principles, right? Number 7, respect for the interdependent web of existence of which we are a part. So this principle highlights the connectedness of all beings and encourages a sense of responsibility for the well-being of the planet. We are called to be respectful and compassionate. So, what is the impact of the human population on the planet? Here's a list. Climate change, air and water pollution, environmental destruction, and water resource consumption. So human activities have had a profound impact on the planet, driving climate change through excessive greenhouse gas emissions from burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial agriculture. This has led to the rise of global temperatures, melting ice caps, extreme weather events, and disrupted ecosystems. In addition, air and water pollution from industrial emissions, vehicle exhaust, agricultural runoff, and plastic waste have contaminated ecosystems. These pollutions contribute to respiratory disease, toxic water supplies, and the destruction of marine life, further destabilizing natural systems. At the same time, environmental destruction, such as deforestation, overfishing, habitat loss, has accelerated biodiversity decline, pushing many species toward extinction. Human demand for water has also led to overconsumption and depletion of freshwater resources, with agriculture, industry, and urban expansion straining supplies and causing droughts. Together, these impacts highlight the urgent need for sustainable practices, including renewable energy adoption, pollution control, and conservation efforts to mitigate further damage to the Earth's ecosystem. Let's watch a short video about water usage. Okay, so that's a little video presentation, a dramatic presentation of how much water is used in meat production. So global warming, what's causing it? As you can see here, there are a lot of sources. There's fossil fuels, deforestation, industrial emissions, and agriculture and livestock. So according to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, 24% of global warming through greenhouse gases are from agricultural activities, with livestock farming producing methane and certain farming practices releasing carbon dioxide and nitric oxide. So, okay, let's see a short film.
To feed a person on an all plant-based vegan diet for a year requires just 1/6 of an acre of land. To feed that same person on a vegetarian diet that includes eggs and dairy requires 3 times as much land. To feed an average U.S. citizen's high consumption diet of meat, dairy, and eggs requires 18 times as much land. This is because you can produce 37,000 pounds of vegetables on 1.5 acres, but only 375 pounds of meat on that same plot of land.
So a very dramatic presentation of the land use requirement. So here is a busy chart with information about the carbon footprint. So you've got the factors in the first column, the comparison of diet, plant-based diet and meat-based diet. So as you can see, the plant-based diet produces low carbon emissions as compared to the meat-based diet. The plant-based diet has less land use, less water, has low impact on deforestation, less emissions, and the overall impact is that it can be a sustainable paradigm or framework for producing food, which doesn't create unsustainable discharges and effects on our environment. So Next, Nyna is going to talk about the health benefits.
According to the Journal of the American Medical Association, most premature deaths in the United States are preventable and are caused principally by what we eat. This not only impacts death, but also quality of life in later years. Here are a list of common medical conditions. Could I please see a show of hands if you or someone you love is dealing with any of these medical conditions? Thank you. Thank you for sharing. To prevent or reverse these conditions, let's look at what might be desirable characteristics of our food choices. Well, plants are certainly the all-star performers. Dietary fiber is extremely important for good health. Only about 5% of the U.S. population meets the Institute of Medicine's recommended daily fiber target. By definition, fiber is the cell walls of plants. So animals can't make it. Therefore, the most fibrous steak has 0 dietary fiber. On the other hand, cholesterol, all animals make cholesterol, including us, and we make all that we need. And plants aren't capable of making cholesterol. Let's look more in depth into the last characteristic, macronutrients. 2 of the most important types of macronutrients are fat and protein. Here's a chart showing the different characteristics of animal and plant fats. As you can see, not all fats are equal. Heart disease is the #1 killer in the United States. It is driven by cholesterol and saturated fats. And the quantity of fat in different foods varies significantly. Here's a look at the fat content of common foods as a percentage of calories. Now, let's talk about the second very important macronutrient, protein. Animal protein has a list of problematic characteristics. So we can see that not all protein is equal either. Now, while on the topic of protein, even though less than 1% of Americans are protein deficient, less than 1% of Americans are protein deficient, the question that vegans are asked the most is, where do you get your protein? I happen to get mine from the same place that the biggest, strongest animals on the planet gets theirs, from plants. However, other answers could include that broccoli, per calorie, has more protein than steak. Here we have the nutrients present in 100 calories portions of common foods. Now, 100 calories of broccoli It's a pretty big portion. It's about that big on your plate. You wouldn't want more. And 100 calories a steak? It's a couple bites. Could I please have a show of hands if you are surprised about the amount of protein in vegetables? Many other people are surprised as well. This chart pretty much sums up the difference between animal and plant foods. The big question is how someone can transition to this healthy diet. Here is a tried and true method. Research has shown that the most effective way is a 21-day trial. That is long enough that you will actually feel significantly better and you'll have more energy. And if you're 100% compliant, in just 3 weeks, you'll see your cholesterol plummet and improvements in your blood pressure, GERD, IBS, blood sugar. This vegan starter kit provides a plan to make the transition. In here, you'll read that step 1, you explore the possibilities. So you take a couple weeks and find, say, 7 or 8 vegan dishes that you enjoy. Most people have a couple vegan dishes that have always been in their regimen. Perhaps pasta marinara or lentil soup. You could do some simple swaps, replacing a hamburger meal with a black bean burger, or replacing chicken eggs with just eggs. I encourage you to be adventurous and try some new recipes as well. Make sure you have breakfasts, lunches, and dinners covered. Then step 2 is prep your pantry. And this starter kit gives you a grocery list for staples in all categories, including produce, frozen food, canned foods, and refrigerator foods. Now, the important step, step 3. This test drive comes in the form of an app for your Apple or Android phone, or a website. Although you most likely will lose weight in this 21 days, there's no need to count calories or do portion control. This app is complete with a plan for each day, quick and easy recipes, nutrition education videos, meal swaps, even tips for dealing with eating out. This starter kit tells all about this 21-day Kickstart program. Lynn has several of these in the back of the room, and they are yours for the asking. Now Joseph will share another aspect of ethical eating.
Thanks, Nyna. I'm going to move our presentation along. So you know that animals are kept in unsanitary and horrible conditions. And I'm not going to present that in excruciating and heart-rendering detail, but let me know if you want to have that after our presentation today. So what's next? Hey, you challenged me. Interesting. Wow, might want to do something about that. How are you going to help? Well, I believe that when you present ideas, you have to provide support. So, come next September, we are going to have workshops. And those workshops will deal with a variety of topics. We now have a vegan committee here at the UUFCC. We're going to bring in an outside speaker. In fact, there's a cardiologist in our area who actually has documented a reversal of heart disease. In my own case, my injection rate or heart function actually increased substantially after changing my diet and exercise. Something that I never thought would happen actually happened for me. We're going to introduce cooking classes. We will go to the grocery store with you. Wouldn't that be fun? Saturday afternoon, we have like a team, a swarm of people, 30 people, go into a grocery store together. How fun is that? We'll bring some of that groceries together. We'll have a cooking class. We also have a movie club. So in conclusion, ethical eating presents us with a complex but profoundly meaningful challenge, one that intervenes environmental sustainability, human health, and the moral imperative to reduce human suffering. While our current food systems are the result of human choices, that also means we have the power to rethink and reshape them. By shifting towards plant-based diets, we not only slash carbon emissions and conserve precious resources, we also take a stand against the exploitation and unnecessary suffering of animals. Every plant-based meal is a vote for compassion, a step towards healing our planet, and an investment in our well-being. This transformation will not happen overnight, but together, armed with knowledge, empathy, and determination, we can build food systems that nourishes all life. With this incredibly powerful tool, what is this? This is a fork. This is your high technology when you sit down to eat. With this powerful tool, you have the power to improve your health and significantly reduce climate change, water and air pollution, and environmental destruction. Let's change the world today. Thank you. Thanks, Nyna. I'm an IBM guy. Clap if you think PCs are better than Apples. Thanks, I love you guys.
Did you want to ask the reverse?
No. Okay, so next we have an offering. It's our tradition. In our tradition, congregations exist because of the generous support of members and friends. It is our privilege and our responsibility to ensure health and the future of the fellowship. As you can see by the chart that has been removed. We're like 65% there. We need your generous support to help us. So to this end, you're offering to support the ministry of this fellowship. We ask you to make a contribution today. You can also use Venmo, the Venmo app. So you can put in UUFCC offering. Whatever you choose to do, however you donate, we do appreciate it.
Good morning again. For our offering, for our offertory this morning, we're going to do a little Alleluia that I wrote a while ago, and we need your participation. It's a 3-part piece, and the congregation is going to sing the first part. It's Alleluia, 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 Alleluia. And you just keep singing that. Let's try that. Alleluia, 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 Alleluia. And then while you're singing that, the choir is going to go on and sing 2 other parts against you. So you keep singing that.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have many activities going on at the UUFCC. Please check your updates in the email messages. I end with these closing words. The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. And this is from Mahatma Gandhi. So please join me in our traditional recitation as a good friend. Lori, would you extinguish the chalice for us? So all together now, we extinguish this chalice, but not the light of hope, the fire of commitment, or the warmth of community. May these ideals shine in our lives and warm our hearts until we are together again. Go now in peace. Rise, embody our spirit to sing our closing hymn. Number 29, in the gray hymnal. Thank you. Just a few more things. In celebration of all the birthdays this month, we do have cake available and many refreshments. Happy birthday to Dennis S., Beverly, Jim B., and Alice C., and anyone else that has a birthday. In celebration of the Earth, the Art Committee presents the work of B&D Nature Photography. The reception is this Friday at 4. And Ken needs a home for his lusterware collectibles, which he will donate the proceeds to the fellowship. So have a great day, folks. Thank you.